Okay, so we're now on Bandit level 15 to level 16. We have a level goal that the password for the next level can be retrieved by submitting the password of the current level to port 30,001 on localhost using SSL encryption. We have like a note here which I guess is relevant if we have some sort of error like message come up, so we don't need to think about that right now. And the commands you may need to solve this level are SSH, Telnet, Netcat, OpenSSL, SClient and Nmap. We've got some helpful reading material, which again, of course, I would say is you definitely want to read these things essentially. I'm going to give a very brief overview of SSL, but yeah, that is in no way a substitution for proper reading and researching. Okay, with that out of the way, so SSL encryption. What is SSL encryption? Well, it stands for Secure Socket Layer, and I think the newer sort of protocol is Transport Layer Security. Here, it's a protocol that allows us to connect to a machine with an encrypted connection. So essentially, there's the two machines. They have a conversation at the beginning of the connection where they establish a symmetric key that can't be intercepted, and once that key has been established, all further communications are encrypted, with only the remote machine or the machine we're connected to being able to decrypt and process the information. What that means is that if someone was to sort of eavesdrop, they were able to intercept the data that we send to a server, to a remote machine, that they would just see an encrypted message and they wouldn't be able to understand what was sent because they don't have access to the key. Which is obviously that's for super useful. It's great, it provides us with privacy on the internet and allows us to send credit card details and other things without feeling insecure that they might be eavesdropped, pried on, stolen by some man in the middle snooping on our connection. Okay, so now that I've sort of briefly mentioned that, the aim of this exercise is to connect to a certain port. So this port is going to be expecting a sort of SSL encrypted connection, and then over that encrypted connection we just need to send the password for the last level. There's going to be a simple program there that is waiting for that password, and it will respond with the correct password for the next level. Okay, so what do we think we need to use? Well, OpenSSL and SClient are the main ones, and SClient, when you're the client, that means you're connecting or you're sort of interacting with a machine, so I would be tempted to look up SClient. So, OpenSSL, SClient, SSL TLS client program. It's got this huge synopsis with loads of different flags and what they need. And it's got a description. The SClient command implements a generic SSL/TLS client which connects to a remote host using SSL/TLS. It is a very useful diagnostic tool for SSL servers. The important thing for us is that it connects to a remote host using SSL/TLS. So we're on the money with this command. We just need to figure out how to use it. Looking here, it looks like we're going to have to, the command is actually like OpenSSL space SClient, and then following you can see all these flags, and straight away we can see connect, host, port. So it looks like we're going to need this flag, right? We can either go down to look it up. This specifies the host and optional port to connect to, or we could have even just taken a go at it, thinking this looks like the right way to sort of initialize this command or to set up this command, and that's what we're going to do. We've got a very high level overview of what SSL is, but in terms of the level itself, we don't really need much more of an understanding than that. Obviously, if we wish to get really good at this stuff. We need to learn it better, but for the sake of being able to apply it, we don't really need to know with too much depth. So OpenSSL S-Client, we've got this connect, and then we put the host. The hostess being the local machine, so localhost, or the machine that we're currently on, and the port 30,001, and that's the command, right? We hit enter, and we get a load of stuff. Let's have a look at this. So this is like setting up, this is all the key exchanges and stuff. So this is the setting up of the connection, and you can see how like how we had with Netcat, we've just got this sort of empty, there's no shell prompt anymore, and this is signaling that it's waiting for some information to be submitted over this connection. Now I have already copied the password for the last level onto my clipboard, or however you'd want to call it, so it's there ready to submit. So we're going to hit enter on that, and yeah, we get correct, and it sends us straight back the next password. So as simple as that. It looked quite complicated from the offset, but it's quite quick and easy to get an idea of how to use these commands and start to implement them. So yeah, that's that one done. Okay, on to the next.